What's up everybody, my name's Johnny and you're watching Tech Dangus. And this video is probably going to benefit about a total of 7 people. But if you're having this issue, I'm going to show you a fix for it, and hey, if I can help someone out, that'd be awesome. So, on the E90 and F30 BMW 3 Series, if you have the adaptive headlights and you just installed a lowering suspension, you might have an issue where your lights are shining super high up and everyone's getting all pissed off at you and honking and flashing their brights and generally thinking you're driving around with your brights on when you actually aren't. The way that the BMW Adaptive headlight system works is there's a sensor in the rear of the car behind the driver's side wheel that can tell when the back of the car is either upward or downward in relation to its normal driving plane, and it will adjust the headlights accordingly. And if that sensor, there's an arm on it, and if it's the wrong direction, the car is going to think that the back of the car is permanently in the wrong spot, and therefore will shoot your headlights up like crazy, where they should be shot kind of downward, because it's going to think that your car is pointed down and the headlights need to be further up. So what we're going to do is take off that wheel and give it a look and show you how to reverse it. That way your headlights will go down to their normal level. Now, the first thing you want to do, of course, is jack up the car. Just enough to get the wheel off the ground and make sure we have enough clearance here to do the work. Always use a jack stand. Anytime you're jacking up your car and working on it, you always want to use a jack stand. Last thing you want is your car to fall down and you know, have your rotor go right through your foot. Put the jack stand under your car, just do it. Alright, so we got the jack stand under the car. Now we're going to take the wheel off and check out behind there and see what we're talking about. Okay, so the sensor, if you're looking at the front of your rotor, it's going to be back here, right behind the spring to the left side. Now that I'm completely zoomed in on the part in question, there is your sensor right here, and this bolt right there, there's an arm, and if this arm is facing away from your spring, then it's incorrect. So what we're going to have to do is take that bolt off and disconnect it and bring this back so it's doing this in this direction instead of the other direction, and that should fix the issue. Now, if you want to make this a monumentally easier experience for yourself, I suggest grabbing a drill and a 10mm hex bolt bit and removing this bottom cover that comes on the bottom of your suspension. It's just held on by 4 little bolts and comes off very easily. So once you get in there, these bolts are held on with a 9mm back bolt there and then a 10mm front bolt. So you'll just have to get a wrench in there underneath and then hold one while you undo the other. So it's actually quite a lot easier to get under the car and do it this way. But once you have that bolt off, you just kind of pull this thing out of there and then just kind of switch directions so it's going this way and put it back in, bolt it back up. And now this actuator arm right here is going the other direction, which means your headlights will now be pointing downward, not straight up into the air. Replace that bolt, throw the cover back on your underside there, put the wheel back on, and you're done. Now your lights will work as normal again.